Chase Burns has grown up, it seems like, a lot. And really, you could probably say that for both guys that are pitching in this game. I remember a conversation I had a few days ago, and Chase was talking a lot about pitching. Have you really seen that growth from him where he's embracing pitching more than just throwing out there?
Yes, I definitely do. This kid's embracing everything. We remember when we first met him, said, hey, learn fast. Okay, he is. And for us to expect him to know everything before you've done it is unfair. But my goodness, he's quicker to the plate. He's got a good pickoff move. His slider's becoming a weapon. You know, this kid's a keeper, man. We know it.
What does it say for a guy that can throw as hard as him, but he's more concerned with locating and maybe taking something off and understanding the value of that over just trying to throw it by somebody?
Well, I think you're probably alluding to maturity, because a lot of guys in today's game can light up the gun, but you have to be able to get outs in the strike zone, especially now with the ABS, and you got to command your fastball.
That's Reds manager Terry Frank.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Got to get yourself ready.
Yes, there are hugs, and then there's that.
Now, what is that? What is the purpose of that?
It's an anemometer. It measures wind speed.
So that's a good,
but it looks like a fidget spinner.
Meanwhile, on the Cove, it just looks like too much fun.
It was so routine, he took his eye off.
You got to come up with this play. You got to. You're right there. You had two hands. He looked it in. Oh.
The beauty of this jersey is
ERA. Right-hander Chase Burns goes for Cincinnati. He's 9-1. His ERA 2.36. The Reds and Brewers are up next on the Reds Radio Network.
This is Cincinnati Reds baseball.
The Reds are on the radio.
Reds baseball is brought to you by AAA. At home or on the road, we've got you covered. Bar S Foods, quality meats that are just right. From hot dogs and sausage to deli meats and more, Bar S is just right. Western and Southern Financial Group, life insurance, retirement, and investments. Tri-Health, the official healthcare provider for the Cincinnati Reds. Kroger, fresh for everyone. PNC, the official bank of the Cincinnati Reds. Reds baseball is also brought to you by
the radio.
This is the Reds Radio Network.
Reds fans, bring your family and friends and save big on concessions with Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesdays. For all Tuesday Reds home games, fans can enjoy select $3 beers.
Murakami to pull, 1-2 from Sandy. That one cut on and missed, and Murakami swings over the top of it. Another punch out for Munetaka Murakami.
Well, I'm going to say that was a changeup.
Yeah.
But either way, it was a nasty pitch down and away from Murakami.
Got him! Changeup, 2 away. Well, this has been Picasso, Rembrandt, everything put together with the way he's worked on the mound, with the stuff he's had, the location.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, Neil, where are you going? He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Let's head back there now with all the play-by-play of the Reds and Brewers. Here's Tommy Thrall.
All right, thanks a lot, Yet, and we are just about ready to get this one underway on another steamy day here in Milwaukee. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups. They are presented to you by St. Elizabeth Healthcare and the Young Family Cancer Center. A regional leader in cancer care. Start your cancer game plan today at stelizabeth.com/Reds. And we begin with Terry Francona's visiting Redlegs. Reds come in 39 and 46 on the year. Leading off, the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. Hitting second at third base, Sal Stewart. Batting third, the left fielder, J.J. Bleday. Eugenio Suarez will DH and bat fourth. Hitting fifth, the first baseman, Nathaniel Lowe. Noelvi Martes in right field hitting sixth. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Edwin Arroyo. Jose Trevino will catch and bat eighth. And batting ninth, the center fielder, T.J. Friedel. Chase Burns starting on the mound for the Reds. Now for the Brewers, it'll be the DH, Christian Yelich, leading it off. Jackson Churio plays left, hits second. Batting third, the second baseman, Bryce Terang. William Contreras will catch and hit fourth. Batting fifth, Jake Bowers, the first baseman. In center field, hitting sixth, Garrett Mitchell. The right fielder, Sal Frelick, hits seventh. Cooper Pratt will play short, hit eighth. Then David Hamilton is at third, batting ninth. And the Reds are facing right-hander Jacob Mizorowski. And with Chris Welsh, I'm Tommy Thrall. And Chris, the Reds are going to have their hands full with this right-hander.
Boy, you're not kidding. I think everybody that faces him says the same thing, Tommy. But this matchup is the best in baseball in an entire month. And if you like pitching, this is the place to be.
It's the Reds and Brewers. Hope you enjoy. Let's play. First pitch presented by Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. Mizorowski's first pitch cut on and missed, and it's a fastball at 103. That's what the Reds are going to see a lot of.
Well, and they better be ready for it on the first pitch because, 2 out of every 3 pitches he throws is a fastball, especially on the first pitch.
0-1 the count on Ellie. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another fastball right on by De La Cruz. The count is no balls and 2 strikes.
If you're wondering at home, the first 2 fastballs, 103. Guess he's not warmed up yet.
Yeah, he can be up to 105. Mizorowski, 6'7", tall, thin, right-hander, always out of the stretch, and home with the 0-2 pitch to De La Cruz. And strike 3 called. Frozen with another fastball, 103. De La Cruz is down on strikes. 1 gone here in the first inning. Now Sal Stewart, the batter. Sal standing in, riding a 7-game hit streak. 11 for 30 over that streak. His average up to 257, 16 home runs, 59 RBIs already for Sal. And a check swing on a first pitch fastball, strike 1.
One of the important things for a hitter is to try to get your foot down in time to get yourself ready to swing the bat. And that's the biggest challenge when you're facing Mizorowski.
The 0-1 pitch. Mizorowski to Stewart is off the outside corner. Fastball runs away from the right-hander.
If I had not seen Devin Mizorowski last week, I wouldn't be confusing these guys.
You'd be fine. We'd just blame it on that. Mizorowski's 1-1 pitch on the way to Sal Stewart. Fastball 103 at the knees. A ball and 2 strikes on Sal Stewart. Mizorowski looking in, ready. And here comes the 1-2 pitch to Sal Stewart. Swung on, and that's fouled back. Reds have seen him a couple of times and actually have had some success against Mizorowski as well, believe it or not. The Reds knocked him out of his first start against the Reds in the 2nd inning. Walked some guys, gave up 5 runs, and didn't make it out of the 2nd last year in August. Pitch. Stewart swings, sends a fly ball deep right center field. It's carrying. It's deep. It is gone. An opposite field home run for Sal Stewart out of here to right center. That is his 17th home run of the year. He is only 1 shy of Frank Robinson for the most home runs by a Red before the All-Star break. His 60th run batted in of the year.
Amazing. I mean, he saw a few at 103. Mizorowski threw one there at 102. Up, out over the zone, right in the spot that Stewart likes it. Get the head on it and watch it go.
He was ready to go, and a swing and a miss by J.J. Bleday on a cutter down and in. The count is 0-1.
You know, that should pick up the rest of this team a little bit, too.
No doubt. Reds wasting no time getting on the board. They scored first in the first 2 games of this series. Brewers scored first yesterday. Reds never had the lead. Pitch is down and away. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on J.J. Bleday. Mizorowski 9-3 and a 1.45 ERA. That home run, the only 6th home run he's given up this year. Fastball 102's off the inside corner. 2 balls and a strike on J.J. Bleday. Here's the 2-1. And Bleday checks his swing on a cutter down low at 98 miles an hour. 3 balls and a strike on Bleday. Any way you slice it, Mizorowski has been outstanding this year. 3-1. And Bleday takes a look at the fastball, 101 over the inside corner. Today's Tempstar game time temperature 88 degrees on a clear afternoon. The roof half closed today, providing a little extra shade. Full count here on J.J. Bleday. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mizorowski sets, working from the first base side, throws, and a swing and a foul tip by Bleday. The catcher Contreras holds on to strike 3. Second strikeout already for Jacob Mizorowski. That brings up Eugenio Suarez. Suarez hitting .206, 8 home runs, 29 driven in. First pitch on the way, and it is fouled straight back, 101. Mizorowski with 146 strikeouts in 99 innings. 27 walks. The 0-1. Swing and a foul back. And so the home run that Sal Stewart hit against Mizorowski is pretty rare. No balls, 2 strikes. Right-hander from the belt to the plate. In off the plate with a curveball. We don't see that very often. Mizorowski looks like he slipped a little bit on the mound, goes pawing at the dirt on the front of the slope.
Yeah, he almost tripped on that pitch, and he also really slowed his delivery down trying to throw that curveball. That is not really one of his favorite pitches.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch to Suarez is right over the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Fastball 101. 3 strikeouts in a first inning that features a Sal Stewart home run to put the Reds up early as Chase Burns heads to the mound with the Reds out to an early 1-run advantage on the Reds Radio Network.
Join us for the Cincinnati Children's Walk for Kids, a fun, family-friendly event on Sunday, August 23rd. Our caring community of supporters is what makes Cincinnati Children's life-changing and life-saving work possible. Whether you're walking...
It's time for another road trip. We're heading to Birdland. Welcome to Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Opened in 1992, Camden Yards set the standard for new ballparks. Creating the retro classic aesthetic of brick and steel, nestled into a bustling downtown neighborhood, Camden Yards breathed new life into Orioles baseball. Just steps from the Inner Harbor and a short walk from Babe Ruth's birthplace, Camden Yards is steeped in unique history and tradition. The 100-year-old B&O warehouse is a lefty's dream target in right field. Take a stroll on Utah Street and be on the lookout for bronze baseballs embedded in the road. These plaques mark where home runs landed over the right field fence. And of course, in 1995, this was the scene of Cal Ripken Jr. breaking Lou Gehrig's long-standing Iron Man streak. Join in on the Unified during the national anthem. Feeling crabby? Grab some loaded fries from Local Fry. Or maybe head over to Boog's Barbecue and indulge in the delicious 92 crab cake sandwich. The city of Baltimore loves their O's and their ballpark.
And he'll hit it in the hole. Tovar, a long throw from the outfield. Grass, they got him! Oh my goodness!
Cruz the other way to deep right center, the other way, and Kaiser leaps and makes it fun.
ATM. Let's create great dishes together. Kick off your 4th of July weekend in Cincy. Enjoy Ohio River fireworks, family fun, and baseball with the Cincinnati Reds. Make it an affordable summer road trip with deals and adventures across Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Plan your Reds, white, and blue getaway at visitcincy.com.
Goes to work against Christian Yelich, and a fastball misses up and into Yelich. He leans back out of the way. Ball 1. Burns making his 17th start of the year. He's 9-1, 2.36 ERA. He has entered the chat as far as National League Cy Young contenders is concerned. The fastball misses, 2 balls and no strikes. So pretty good matchup when you factor in that.
Indeed.
Burns delivers the 2-0 now to Yelich. And that's low, 3-0.
3 fastballs at 96 miles an hour. I got to say, Tommy, 96 has never looked so slow. When you compare it to the 103 that Mizorowski was dialing it up out there.
Here's the 3-0. And Yelich takes ball 4 high. That is a 4-pitch walk to Christian Yelich, who is 0 for 13 against the Reds this year with 7 strikeouts. But he walks here to begin the game for the Brewers, and now Jackson Chourio comes to the plate.
You know, each one of those 4 pitches was very close. It's just not close enough to be called a strike.
So Chourio up, 1 on, nobody out. Burns fires, and the slider misses off the outside corner. The count is 1-0 now on Chourio. He has hits in 10 of his last 12 games with 5 extra base hits in there. He's hitting just shy of 300 on the year at 296. 12 home runs, 33 driven in. Burns fires, and now he finds the zone of the strike, his first one of the day. Big crowd on hand here at American Family Field to watch this great pitching matchup between Chase Burns and Jacob Mizorowski, a couple of Cy Young hopefuls. Burns home with a 1-1. And he just missed away down to the knees with that fastball. It's a 2-ball, 1-strike count, and you can tell Burns still trying to feel for the strike zone a little bit.
Boy, he is just missing. I mean, barely missing.
From the belt, the 2-1. Breaking ball hits the outside corner of that slider. Burns last time out gave up 5 runs on 9 hits. Went 6 innings in that game against the Pirates. Had kind of a tough time, but it was a mixed bag because he still struck out 10 in that game. Burns deals the 2-2 pitch to Chourio. Instead picks on Yelich at first base, and he's back in safely on a close play.
Yeah, Yelich may have a little bit shorter lead next time. That was very close, and Burns has got about the best pickoff move of any righty I have seen since Johnny Cueto.
Burns comes set. Now here he is at the plate with the 2-2. There goes Yelich. Swung on, and the pitch is skied into the air. Foul. First base side. Nathaniel Lowe over near the far corner of the Brewer dugout. And Lowe will make the catch. That's the first out of the first inning. And that's a big out. You kind of hope that can lock in Chase Burns a little bit, able to dial in the strike zone after missing early in the count, getting the pop out after the 4-pitch walk to Yelich.
You know, I really believe that Yelich just was betting on the fact that Burns was not going to go over to first base 2 times in a row.
Now Bryce Terang takes a slider down and in, and the count is 1-0.
Terang is a tough guy for really any pitcher, but even Chase Burns. He takes a lot of walks. He doesn't chase a lot.
The 1-0. Fastball strike on the outside corner. The count evens now at 1 ball and 1 strike on Terang.
Typically hits in the upper 200s or even around 300. Just a really good polished hitter.
The 1-1. And he didn't want to, but he went around on a slider and a good one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you remember his last time out, the Pirates were trying to ambush Burns early in the count. They didn't want to wait around and get to that slider late. So they were swinging early, and it kind of helped him, but also helped Burns pitch deeper into that game. He throws the 1-2, and that's a slider in the dirt.
Well, the way you correct that is you throw a couple of sliders in for strikes on the very first pitch. Right now, that's the one thing that I think that we're going to see Chase Burns mature into, is that kind of have a get ahead slider and then put away slider.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Bryce Terang. The right-hander readies, and here he comes with a 2-2. Swinging a foul back on a fastball. 99 reached back for a little extra there. The big blow against the Pirates was the 3-run home run that he gave up in the 3rd inning. At times he looked great against Pittsburgh. It ended his streak of starts with 2 runs or less. Yelich is running. The pitch cut on and missed. Throw to second, not in time. Yelich is in with a stolen base. That's his 6th of the year. But it's a strikeout for Burns of Bryce Terang.
I really find it very interesting that the Brewers are going to run on Chase Burns. A lot of teams don't because he's got a good pickoff move, but he is kind of slow and deliberate to the plate. And the Brewers are going to pick on any weakness you have in your game, and they're going to try to expose it.
William Contreras now with a runner at second. Reds are up 1-0 early. The pitch to Contreras, the fastball at the top of the zone in the inside corner. I don't think Contreras thought it was a strike, and he lets Dan Merzel, the home plate umpire, know as much. Didn't want to challenge. He would have lost. Burns comes set. A look back at second to Yelich, and now to the plate with the 0-1. Contreras reaching for it, pops it high into the air, into the seats down the right field line, foul. 0-2 the count.
This is really where Chase Burns shouldn't really mess around on an 0-2 count, try to get him to chase. Just drop that hammer slider down, knee high on the outer third, get strike 3.
0-2 pitch. Burns to Contreras. Here it is. And there is exactly what you were talking about. Check swing, strike 3. Down on strikes, William Contreras. It didn't matter if he swung or not. We go to the 2nd inning.
Schlittler, 25 years old. He spent the season until June in Double-A last year, then moved up to Triple-A, and he was called up to the Yankees on July 9th, and what a difference he made. Swing and a miss. Gets him on the sinker. Swing and a miss. That's the sinker. 4 strikeouts in a row, 8 on the game.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Nathaniel Lowe stands in here against Jacob Mizorowski. Reds have a 1-0 lead on the Sal Stewart home run. Mizorowski deals, and the first pitch. Lowe swings and fouls it into the third deck, left side. The count is 0-1 on Nathaniel Lowe. Lowe hitting .253 with 9 homers and 25 driven in. Probably glad that the month of June is over. It wasn't real kind to Nathaniel Lowe. The 0-1. And a backdoor curveball is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1 on Lowe. It's been a while since Nathaniel Lowe last homered. Mizorowski brings it home in the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him the breaking ball down and in. Most of his strikeouts come on the fastball. That time he got low on the curveball. Fourth strikeout for Mizorowski. Get that great taste of the ballpark at home with JTM's Philly Kits and Fat Tire beer, cheese, and pretzels. Find these game day favorites in your grocer's freezer. JTM Food Group. Let's create great dishes together. 1 out, and the batter is Noelvi Marte. First pitch to Marte is a fastball up and away, and it counts 1-0 now on Marte. Mizorowski has a decent pitch mix in addition to that blazing fastball. Throws the 1-0 pitch, and it's a curveball cut on and missed by Marte. And this is a guy that may not see as much of the fastball because Marte is a hitter that actually handles the velocity pretty well. Mizorowski to the plate. And it's off the inside corner to Noelvi Marte. Just as I say that, that pitch there was a curveball that hung inside, and I think he's only seen one fastball in this at bat. Here's the 2-1. And just off the outside corner with a fastball at 1-0-1 from Mizorowski. Tried the outside corner, maybe a little low with it. Now here he comes, and it's a slow roller to the right side. The second baseman to his left, Bryce Terang fields and throws in time. Marte's out. 2 men are gone in the second. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Edwin Arroyo standing in. He had a hit last night, 1 for 3. And he's late on a first pitch fastball, strike 1. He took a monster cut there, but came up empty. 0-1 on Arroyo. Mizorowski's home with the 0-1. Way too high. Cutter upstairs. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Nothing Reds in the second. Base is empty, 2 away. Mizorowski's pitch is high and outside. 4 of the first 5 outs are strikeouts against Mizorowski so far. He has struck out as many as 15 in a start. That was when he went the distance against the Phillies. Swing and a miss at a high fastball in the middle of June on June the 12th. 3 starts ago. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Arroyo. Mizorowski has gone 6 innings on the dot his last 2 times out since that complete game. 1 hit, 15 strikeout game against the Phils. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball by him. Arroyo down on strikes.
Yogi Berra was an 18 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998. Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, he's out. Yes, sir. That is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to be the judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
We got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, yeah. I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables. No vegetables?
No vegetables.
No, is it straight protein?
Yeah.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. And for a limited time, Reds fans can get an additional $1,000 off a Sun using promo code GOREDS. Call or schedule your free estimate online at championsavenow.com.
Reds are up 1-0 as the Brewers bat here in the second inning. American Family Field in Milwaukee. Wrap up of this 4-game series. The Brewers have won the first 3. They have won 7 straight overall against the Reds. The pitch is a strike on the inside corner. So the Reds are trying to snap that losing streak that they've got against the Brewers specifically. Burns back into his windup, the 0-1. And a swing and a miss, and a slider and a good one there from Burns, and he's got Bowers behind the count, 0 balls and 2 strikes.
So Bowers has had a pretty good series against the Reds here. He loves to hit the ball the other way, but Burns is a little different right-hander out there. He works in that third base side of the rubber, and when he gets it inside to the left-hander, it bores right in on their hands.
Here's the 0-2, and Bowers takes a slider down low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bowers has hit the Reds well on the year. 7 for 20 with a couple of home runs and a triple against Cincinnati through the first 2 series against the Reds. 1-2 pitch. And he swings. Hits this one hard, but caught at first by Nathaniel Lowe, reaching up above his head. He makes the catch on the missile off Bauer's bat for the first out in the second. Garrett Mitchell comes to the plate now after a big night last night. Mitchell finished a home run shy of the cycle and didn't miss a home run by much. He hit one high off the center field wall. First pitch to Mitchell. Fastball in for a strike. The count is 0-1. Burns back into his windup and home with the 0-1 pitch. Tried the outside corner, hit it, a fastball, makes it 0-2. Mitchell 4 for 4, 2 doubles, a triple, singled, a run scored, and an RBI. Yes, 6 hits in his last 2 games, 6 for 8. Check swing on a slider down. Did he go? They ask at third, and Brock Ballou says no swing. Brock Ballou's at third. Mark Ripperger's at second base, and Dan Bellino's the crew chief over at first. 1-2 pitch. And the slider misses down and in. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Mitchell. Mitchell 8 for 16, 500 against the Reds this year. The 2-2. Check swing and a pitch away. Did he go? They ask, and no again. Count runs full, 3-2 now on Garrett Mitchell. Pitch count something to keep an eye on with Chase Burns, because the Reds would like to get him deep into this game. 3-2 pitch is chopped foul, first base side. Again, the flag's really whipping out in right center field. And, you know, Chris, I got to thinking, I don't know that that's so much a product of the fact that there's wind outside, or it's just the way the air moves coming into this ballpark with the roof open. And the pitch is a slider low, and he walked it.
Well, that air is moving pretty good right now. And really, this is the only way that you're going to see Chase Burns run his pitch count up is by base on balls, because he's not a guy that is really subject to a lot of foul balls. I mean, he gets a decision. Usually they put it in play, they strike out, or they walk.
He's already walked 2 in this game, and now Sal Frelick comes to the plate with 1 on and 1 out. Burns picks to first, close, but back safely is Mitchell. Mitchell does have 6 stolen bases. He's been caught 5 times. Burns readies. From the belt, here he comes, runner goes, and this ball is hit high in the air in deep right center field by Frelick. Over from center, Friedel, Marte from right, and the catch is made, and the runner is still standing at third base. They will throw to first and double off Garrett Mitchell. A rare base running mistake by the Brewers. I don't know if Mitchell thought there were 2 outs or what, but he never even made it.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games, pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time, because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
3-2 pitch. Gonzalez lines it under the glove of Bobby Witt Jr. and the White Sox will walk it off. 7th walk-off of the season.
Foster Griffin, 7 shutout innings, an unearned run, and 3 hits allowed. He struck out 9 for the 3rd time this year, matching a season high.
A 3-run go-ahead homer! Oh my goodness, that is unbelievable. Long gone, off of the bat of Kyle Tucker. A majestic blast for Dalton Rushing. 3 straight games with a bomb for Betts. 9 in the 6th, 10 for the night.
That is insane. 3 home runs for Hunter Goodman. He is all smiles, and the Rockies take a commanding lead.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Well, Jacob Mizorowski takes the mound for the 3rd time. It'll be the Reds coming up. Jose Trevino leading it off in the top of the 3rd inning. And a fastball misses outside, ball 1. Trevino can hit the fastball, but he likes it on the inner part of the plate. Batting in the number 8 spot, it'll be TJ Friedel up next. And that one misses outside, and it's 2-0. Mizorowski, he's over there on the very extreme first base side of the rubber. And coming to the plate, that's a strike. Oh, no, it's not. It's a ball. And William Contreras wants it reviewed.
Catcher has challenged.
Contreras wasted no time at all, and that pitch just caught the bottom of the strike.
The pitch was a strike. The count is 2-1. Milwaukee has 2 remaining challenges.
So instead of a 3-0 count, it's 2-1. Trevino waits, slightly open stance, deep in the box. And a swing and a pop-up. Got a behind home plate. There's Contreras with a mask off, and it will drop right into the first row behind the screen. You know, Tommy, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what happened on that base running mistake by the Brewers in the bottom of the inning. I got to figure that, you know, Garrett Mitchell just thought that ball was hit for a home run.
Yeah,
it sure looked like it.
Yeah, he was shocked. That ball came back in, and it didn't even get to the track.
The pitch is swung on. That's a hot shot on the ground right by the third baseman, David Hamilton. And the Reds have their second base hit. This one is singled into left field by Jose Trevino.
You know what? Trevino's been swinging it pretty well for the Reds here lately.
Got a breaking ball that time. It looked like it was kind of a flat pitch. You know, Mizorowski doesn't really throw from a high arm angle. He has a very kind of a low arm slot. So that breaking ball breaks across the plate rather than straight down. Now TJ Friedl, we know he can hit a fastball near the part of the plate. Trevino dancing, not sure what he's doing over there, but there's a bunt attempt to third base, barehanded by David Hamilton in the dirt, dug out by the first baseman Bauer. And another very good defensive play by the Brewers on that. But even though it looked like a bunt for base hit, TJ's going to get a sacrifice and move the runner up to second base.
Well, it's a productive out, a productive at-bat. And now you've got the top of your order coming up here with a runner standing in scoring position.
You know, you just play for one run at a time when you face a pitcher that comes into this ball game with a 1.4 earned run average. So Ellie with a chance to put another run on the board as Trevino takes the lead off second, and a check swing, and that's a strike. Daly, a strikeout victim on 3 pitches his first time up, all fastballs. And the 0-1 swing and a pop-up into left field. Here comes the left fielder, Churio, and he puts it away. No chance for Trevino to move up. He stays right there at second base. Now Sal Stewart. Wonder how many fastballs out over the plate he'll get this time. And a fastball off the outside edge. That's ball 1. Stewart never leaves the box. Waves the bat, kind of bouncing up and down. Full of energy today is Sal. Small lead by Trevino. You reason why. And the catcher getting a long look now from Mizorowski. The pitch is off the plate. Oh, no, on the plate for a strike. That was a cut fastball. His cutter is at 97. Imagine that. And it's got a pretty good movement on it. Here is the 1-1. And that's fastball in under the hands. 2 balls and a strike to Sal Stewart. Stewart put the only run on the board with that long opposite field home run in the first inning. And he was bouncing around the bases. Pitch is swung on and fouled straight back.
Well, you'd love them to plug another gap right here.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, with the Reds with a chance to put the second run of the game on board here with a base hit.
With Sal's ability to go the other way, doesn't it feel like he's kind of got the perfect approach against a guy like Mizorowski?
Yes, because I don't see Mizorowski pitching inside to right-handers that much. He likes to get that ball down and away. And that one's off the plate away. So it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Long look now at Trevino, second base. Stewart awaits, and the 3-2 is a check swing, and they say he went. And Stewart can't believe it. He wants to say why didn't he ask the first base umpire, Dan Bellino? But Dan Merzel is going to ring him up, and that'll be it for the Reds in the top of the 3rd inning. The Brewers come to bat. They're down 1-0 Reds on the Reds Radio Network.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right, right on a cliff.
Pete Crow Armstrong is a walking highlight reel in the outfield, but on Monday night, he put together an offensive tape for the ages with his first career cycle. The Cubs star has been on a tear in June, posting an OPS north of 1,000 since the month kicked off. Things are going so well for the 24-year-old right now that even the toughest parts of the cycle were no challenge.
A bleacher souvenir for PCA.
PCA opened the game with a 434-foot leadoff blast to right center, and followed that up with a triple in the third.
Home run, first at bat, triple, second at bat.
After a fifth-inning double, he made history in the seventh, recording the 13th cycle in Cubs history and becoming the first Cub to do it in reverse order.
He did it! And the fans are loving them some Pete Crow Armstrong here.
PCA's perfect day helped the Cubs mount a late comeback and cap off a historic night.
Cubs win! Sing it!
Enjoy Ohio River fireworks, family fun, and baseball with the Cincinnati Reds. Make it an full summer road trip with deals and adventures across Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Plan your Reds, White, and Blue getaway at visitcincy.com.
4-game series. They have the lead right now. We're in the bottom of the third inning. It is 1-0 Reds. As Chase Burns takes the hill to face 8, 9, and 1 in the Brewer order. The first will be Cooper Pratt. 21-year-old infielder from Hialeah, Florida. And he takes a fastball in off the plate. That's ball one. That's a good pitch, though. Had Pratt kind of bailing out. It did not miss all by that much. A lot of Reds fans have made the trip. And that one's outside, ball two. The 2-0 by Burns is right there. That's a strike. The Reds have simply won ball games when Burns takes them out. They are 12 wins against 4 losses when he was the starting pitcher. And the pitch is outside. That's a ball. When you factor in all the other pitchers that are not starting a game, the Reds' record is 27-42. So that's what he means in this ball club, and what he means today. Pitch is swung on a fly ball to right field. There goes Marte to the track, and he will pull in right there for out number 1.
You know, I know Sal has a home run that way today, but we've seen a couple of good swings now by Brewers hitters, and the ball just hasn't seemed to carry all that well to right field if you get some air under it.
You know, we have had a lot of games here, Tommy, that we've seen the ball really jump here to right field. It has not done so far today. Now David Hamilton, very speedy runner, left-handed hitter, and he slices it down the left field line. That's a foul ball. Hamilton playing third base. One of the players that came over in that Boston Red Sox trade. And a pitch upstairs. 2-0 now to the number 9 hitter. They'll make it 1-1. Foul ball and the high fastball ball. Rocking and firing, and Burns, a ground ball up the middle off his glove. It's going to be a tough play. And you are not going to get the speedster at first base on that. So an infield hit for Hamilton right off the pitcher's glove.
Well, you can see Burns so upset that he gives up that hit. To make matters worse, it's the first hit of the game for the Brewers.
I'm not so sure that that ball was going to be fielded by Edwin Arroyo had Burns let that ball go.
But knowing Burns' competitiveness, he probably thinks he should have fielded it cleanly.
Probably does. We all do. Yelich hits the first pitch left field. There goes Bleday back and makes the catch up against the wall. David Hamilton goes all the way past second base. He retags and goes all the way back into first to stand on the bag.
I think Bleday got tangled up on that chain link fence out there in left field too after he made that catch.
What a catch. I mean, the ball kept going, and he's kind of looking into the sun as he went up to make that catch. And Yelich came within a few feet of hitting one out of here and making it a 2-1 ball game. Well done, young man.
I think his foot got caught on that fence.
And with 2 out here is Jackson Chourio. Good lead by Hamilton. Got to watch him, and a quick throw over has him diving back.
That was a great play by Bleday. Like you said, not just tracking that ball that kept carrying and slicing toward the line because it was the other way off a left-handed hitter's bat, but fighting the sun at the same time.
First pitch now to Chourio. Runner not going, and that's a strike inside corner. Chourio really, for a young guy, is an excellent off-speed hitter. He would actually prefer the breaking ball over the fastball, although I'm not so sure he'd prefer the Chase Burns slider. No balls and a strike. And outside of it, looked like a pitch out right there. You know what the Brewers seem to have done, Tommy, the guys that have tried to steal a base today, Christian Yelich, I think Mitchell tried to go on the pitches they go, they shorten their lead up a little bit. And there he goes. Throw to second base is not going to be in time unless he's off the bag. Nope. He didn't slide through, and a stolen base for David Hamilton puts one in scoring position.
He almost went over the bag. Just did keep his toe on.
But they're getting big jumps off of Chase Burns. That'll probably be the next assignment for Matt Tracy and Oscar Marine to try to get him to tighten that up a little bit. Here's the 1-0. And breaking ball down and out of the zone. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and you can only limit the running game by so much with the limited pickoff attempts now.
I think really just mixing in an occasional slide step would be very helpful for Burns. The 2-2 is a swing and a miss. Held on to by Trevino, and that'll be the inning. The Brewers strand one. The Reds come to bat. Tommy back with the play-by-play. They're in the lead, 1-0.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score, and the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and drive in a couple of runs. Franked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one head for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the 3rd straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, did you see that? I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Nothing. Reds have the lead as the Reds come to bat here in the 4th inning on a steamy Thursday afternoon in front of a good-looking crowd here at American Family Field today. Boy, this is the biggest crowd of the series, and it's the day game. Of course, it's a holiday weekend coming up. A lot of folks probably beginning their extended weekend a day early. Bunted third base side by Bleday. Barehand pickup Hamilton. The third baseman's throw not in time, doesn't matter. Bowers didn't hold on to it at first anyway, and Bleday is aboard with an infield hit to start the Reds' fourth inning. Unless they want to assess that as an error on Bowers, the only way they would do that is if the official score deems that the throw had Bleday beat.
You know, it wasn't a great bunt, but what Bleday did was he stayed in the batter's box, bunted it, and then ran, and it wasn't a bad bunt.
See how it's scored. He's on at first. Now Eugenio Suarez takes off the outside corner for ball one. 1-0.
So many times you see a hitter that wants to bunt. He's trying to bunt on the run, and 9 out of 10 times it's a foul ball or he whiffs it.
Bunted that probably a little closer to the mound than he would have liked. Like you said, he probably would have rather had it a little bit more toward the third baseline. The 1-0 pitch is high and outside. Fastball to Eugenio Suarez, a 2-ball, no strike count. Another thing, too, you're just trying to wear down Mizorowski as much as possible so you can get him out of the game early. You do that by getting traffic on the bases. It increases the stress with which the pitches are thrown. 2-0 pitch to Suarez is swung on, and that's fouled off to the right side. They're going to charge the first baseman Bowers with the error there. So it will be an E3, not a hit for J.J. Bleday. Mizorowski's 2-1 pitch. Pick to first, runner back. I mean, the throw was not in the dirt. It was a good throw. David Hamilton did everything right.
You should probably add to that, Tommy, that is temporarily called a base an error. I think scorekeeping is dead.
2-1 pitch to Eugenio Suarez. He swings. It's a little looper into short right center. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Bleday makes the turn at second. He'll go to third. And the Reds have him at the corners with nobody out here in the fourth inning.
That's what I'm talking about. A little bit of short stroke hitting there by Suarez. Took a little bit off his swing, if you think about that, and just kind of shortened it up and maybe gave the Brewers a little bit of their own medicine.
Bingo. They do that as well as anybody, and Suarez, a veteran piece of hitting right there, and dropped that 101-mile-an-hour fastball out into short right field. Nathaniel Lowe at the plate. Mizorowski's first pitch to Lowe, and he pops it up. High in the air behind short. Pratt out. They'll call for it, make the catch. And that's the first out of the inning. Let's pause for station identification. You're listening to the Reds Radio Network. The only pitcher in baseball that is better with runners in scoring position is Jacob Mizorowski by 4 points. 102 is what hitters are hitting against Mizorowski with runners in scoring position. 106 against Burns. So both of these pitchers know how to bear down when they have their backs against the wall. Noelvi Marte at the plate. Pitch. Swinging a line drive base hit up the middle into center field. That'll score Bleday. And Suarez to second. It's 2-0 Reds on the RBI single to center by Noelvi Marte. I didn't even have a chance to say it. But when you look at matchups, in that situation, the best guy they probably have in their lineup to be able to come through against Mizorowski in a situation like that is Marte.
Agree 100%.
He handled that one, and that was a cutter over the heart of the plate. Edwin Arroyo up there now with 2 on and 1 out, and Arroyo swings and fouls it into the third deck left side.
You know, the Reds just all of a sudden seem to be getting a lot better swings at Mizorowski this time through than the first time. First time it was kind of, you know, we're just kind of get up there and kind of feel how hard 103 miles an hour is.
0-1 on Arroyo, and he takes a fastball on the inside corner for a called strike. The switch hitters up there from the left side against the right-handed throwing Mizorowski. Reds leading it 2-0 here in the fourth. From the belt, the 0-2. And a swing and a chop foul, first base side. Still no balls and 2 strikes.
You know, I'm not sure what it means. I know that Mizorowski, though, in the first inning was dialing it up at 101 to 103. The fastballs he's throwing this inning are at 99. What a difference of 4 miles an hour can make. Still well above the hitting zone for speed for the most part.
0-2. And it's swung on and fouled back. He was up to 101 on that fastball there to Arroyo. But it's not necessarily about where it's pitched for Mizorowski. Arroyo backs out of the box. Nobody has more electrified vehicles than Toyota, including up with battery electric vehicles, a longer range BZ, an all new BZ SUV, and a powerfully quick CHR crossover. Find.com. Fouled back again. Another 0-2 pitch that's spoiled by Edwin Arroyo. 2 on, 1 out. The Reds are leading it 2-0. They've got a run in here in the fourth. They're making them work in this fourth inning. Mizorowski's 0-2 again, and he swings through a curveball. That's Edwin Arroyo. Backdoor breaking ball, and a good one there from Mizorowski. Arroyo strikes out for the second time. 7th strikeout for Mizorowski. And now the catcher, William Contreras, out before Mizorowski goes to work against Jose Trevino. Let's look at today's Reds Hall of Fame and Museum trivia question of the game. 1976 Reds trivia, the topic this series. How many members of the 1976 Reds were in the National League's starting lineup for the 1976 All-Star Game? A, 3, B, 5, C, 7.
7.
I think it was C7. Two on, 2 out. Mizorowski's home with the first pitch to Jose Trevino, and that's a strike. You seem confident in that thing. Like very confident. Like you knew the answer.
I once knew the answer. Let me put it that way.
There you go. Here's the 0-1. Trevino sprays it foul down the right field line, out of play. I'm good for it, though.
Are you with me on this one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2 on, 2 out. 0-2 on Trevino. Mizorowski brings it home. Way high and outside of the cutter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He overthrew that badly. The right-hander gets the sign. Readies. And the 1-2 pitch to Jose Trevino. Way off the plate outside. Again, reaching back, overthrowing a fastball. 101 off the outside corner. 2-2. Trevino twirling the bat around and waiting. Here's Mizorowski's 2-2. Check swing and a pitch in the dirt. They asked at first if he went. He did not. At least according to Dan Bellino, the first base umpire. And now it's a full count here on Jose Trevino. No, he didn't go. So now with the count full, runners at first and second and 2 away. Both runners will have a head start. Suarez from second base, Marte from first. Away they go on the 3-2, and Trevino swings. High fly ball deep down the left field line. Long run, Chourio. He is back. He leaps. It's gone. Whoa! Jose Trevino pops one out of here to left just inside the foul pole. A 3-run shot, and the Reds have a 5-0 lead in the fourth. Suarez, Marte, both score on the Trevino bomb. A 4-run fourth for the Reds.
You know, coming into this ball game, I thought a lot of people would figure that Jose Trevino's biggest contribution today would be handling Chase Burns. Little do we know that he's going to hit a 3-run Johnson and get a 5-0 lead.
Swing and a miss at a first pitch fastball to T.J. Friedl, 0-1. Boys are fired up there in that third base dugout for good reason. The 0-1 to Friedl. Check swing on a pitch down and in. A cutter he went. And he's down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Friedl dropped down to sacrifice bunt his first time up. Uses his timeout to back out of the box. Stands in again. Here's the pitch. And strike 3 called. Throws him over the inside corner. 1-0-2 from Mizorowski. But the Reds have put up 5 against him through the first 4 innings. All highlighted.
And he'll hit it in the hole. Tovar, a long throw from the outfield. Grass, they got him. Oh my goodness.
Cruz the other way to deep right center, the other way, and Kaiser leaps and makes a phenomenal catch up against the wall.
Shallow, trouble. Griffin makes the play. Connor Griffin. Tremendous play by the Pirates shortstop.
Leaping catch by Curtis Mead for the out. Snow cone in the webbing of the glove.
Line to center. Pete Crow Armstrong in. Slides and he makes the catch. Great play by Pete. The throw from Montgomery to second. Got him. What an arm from the rookie, Braden Montgomery. Slides and makes the catch. A dazzling effort again from Abreu and a tip of the cap from Sonny Gray.
One's driven out to right field. That takes Nimmo back to the wall. He makes the catch.
Who hit that wall hard, but he makes the play, and this one's over.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
Okay, I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs. And then next day, I got to eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me. And then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos leyendo.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Visit ClostermanBakery.com/careers. Klosterman Bakery, where family values are baked right in.
Klosterman, better, you bet.
Reds own a 5-0 lead. Burns back to work here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And fires in a first pitch fastball for strike 1 to Bryce Terang, leading off the Brewers' 4th. Burns back into his windup, and the 0-1 pitch. Terang takes in the dirt outside. Count is even. 1 ball, 1 strike on Terang. He struck out against Burns. 1 of 3 strikeouts against the Reds right-hander so far today in the 1-1. Swinging this one skipped right to Ellie. He bobbles and can't gather it in time. It was right at him. That is about as routine as you could ask for. And Ellie even went down to a knee to field it, but then just couldn't come up with it cleanly. Kind of popped right out of his glove, and that is tough error here on Ellie De La Cruz to begin this 4th inning right after the Reds scored 4 in the top, taking advantage of a Brewer error that started the inning. Pitch is low and outside. A first pitch slider to William Contreras. And Chris, by my calculation, the error that led off the inning for the Reds made all those runs unearned for Mizorowski.
I believe you are correct.
Looking at the official scoring, that seems to be the case.
Yeah. If you want to know about official earned runs, ask a former pitcher.
1-0 on Contreras. Burns delivers, and Contreras lifts one in the air. Straightaway center. T.J. Friedel's under it. He'll make the catch. medium depth. Terang's back to first, and Contreras is out on a fly to center. Now Jake Bauers will be the batter. Bauers lined out to first, his first time up. He hit a rocket pitch, and it's down too low, and the count is 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to Bauers. And a check swing. Did he go? At third, yes. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's funny the way you look at this game right now, because probably the softest contact in play between the lines. That the pitch is a ball. The runner goes. Throw to second. Close. Got him. Ellie, the cover man, down at second, slapped the tag down, catching and kind of whirling the tag. And he got the foot of Terang as he went diving in at second base. That erases the leadoff error.
You know, nowadays it really makes sense for a catcher, if you're going to miss second base bag, miss it on the first base side. Give your fielder a chance to tag the runner on the heel, and you'll get the call. Back in the old days before replay review, that would never happen.
Strike on a fastball.
First thing you'd hear from the dugout is he tagged them low.
Right.
Not anymore.
Now you can actually see. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Bauers, and this ball's lifted in the air. Right center field. TJ Friedel on the run and on the track just shy of the wall. He'll make the catch right where
Dominic Smith leads off for Atlanta.
Pitch on the way. Dominic Smith hammers one. A mile high, a mile deep, a majestic shot, and it's 2-0 Braves. What a display of power by Dominic Smith. A home run deep over the right field wall, and it's 2-0 Atlanta.
Boy, that was such a pretty swing. Dominic just pulls his hands in and gets the barrel to it, and that ball cleared the fence. I mean, waved goodbye as it was going over. It was smoked.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.com.
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field.
Yeah.
You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, you know, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Fourth inning was brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon. Four Roses, the mellow, balanced Kentucky classic that's crafted for those home run moments. Proud sponsor of the BCL Press Club. Presented by Four Roses Bourbon. Enjoy responsibly. Ellie De La Cruz at the plate. He takes a first pitch fastball up and away. 1-0 on Ellie. Now the 1-0 pitch, and that's a backdoor breaking ball in for a strike. The count is even, 1-1. Top of the order for the Reds here in the 5th inning. Zarowski's pitch, and De La Cruz watches a fastball for a called strike. 1-2 on Ellie. Zarowski from the belt now deals the 1-2. Ellie got jammed, but pops it in the air, short left center field. It's going to carry enough. that Garrett Mitchell can come over from center and run it down in the left center alley. He's just a little too strong. One down, now Sal Stewart. Sal extended his hit streak to 8 games with his first inning home run. Mizorowski ready at the belt. Here he comes. Sal off the plate outside, a fastball, and it's 1-0. Sal was not happy with home plate umpire Dan Merzel on a check swing that ended his last at bat in the 3rd. He didn't think he went. Dan Merzel said he did. They talked about it. Sal wasn't going to win that debate. Pitch is cut on and missed here. The count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. And it's a strike call and a curveball over the outside corner. He's down to the count, a ball and 2 strikes. 5-0 Reds in the 5th inning. Mizorowski's 1-2 pitch is a curveball into the dirt. 2-2. Long, lanky right-hander's 2-2 pitch, and it's swung on, and that's fouled off at the plate. So the battle here continues. The Reds didn't have to tangle with Mizorowski in Cincinnati. And on the surface, you kind of thought, well, maybe the Reds are catching a break. But now you look at what the Reds have done against Jacob Mizorowski, facing him now for the 3rd time. This is the 2nd time that the Reds have put up 5 runs against him, and you're starting to think, well, maybe the Reds want to face him. The pitch is off the plate outside. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sal Stewart. The 3-2 pitch, and there's strike 3. Fastball froze him at 103. And even though the Reds have 5 runs against him, that's his 9th strikeout of the game. Here's J.J. Bleday.
Well, his stuff is always there regardless of whether the results are. And, of course, as you mentioned, 3 of the runs the Reds have scored on that home run all were unearned.
Swing and a miss. Bleday started that rally with the bunt toward 3rd. That went as the error on the first baseman.
Actually, make it all 4.
All 4 runs that inning were unearned because of that. Swing and a miss by Bleday. Down to the count 0-2. It just goes to show you, Chris, you put the ball in play and good things happen. The Reds did that against Mizorowski in the 4th inning, just as the Brewers did against Rhett Lauder earlier in this series. 0-2 pitch. And Bleday takes off the outside corner. The Reds actually hit for more power than the Brewers do, so you'd kind of like to see the Reds maybe sprinkle in a little bit more of that contact approach like the Brewers have, and then pop those home runs. Swing and a miss. Bleday's down on strikes.
Foul ground, and he's got it. What a catch by Max Kepler. Wow.
Hook and Valdez comes up with it. Oh my.
Swing a soft ground ball towards 3rd. Bichette on the backhand has it. Crossfires to 1st. Got him.
Bichette with the backhand play, the bouncing throw on 2 hops in time.
Ground ball hit to 2nd. Diving play by Hoerner. Shuffles to 2nd, and they get the force. Diving into right field. Posada gets up and throws out Berger.
Ground ball hit to the right side. Diving stop to his left. Hoerner throw to 1st in time to get Tatis.
Freely coming on and dives. He caught it. Sproat loves it.
Shortstop Henderson diving.
Throws to 1st. Did they get him? Yes, they did.
Diving stop by Edman to his feet. Long throw to 1st there in plenty of time.
To the right side. Diving stop. Clemens finds the grip and gets the out at 2nd base.
The Sun, who's going to get it? Corona Brower makes the catch. Corona Brower in trouble again. Oh, he caught it again.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Willie here, the great American, for the legendary pizza and homemade Italian food at Serrano's in Norwood. Since 1956, Serrano has been serving up that delicious secret recipe pizza, homemade raviolis, meatballs, and more Italian stuff. It's unbelievable. When I'm feeling Italian, go to Serrano's.
Things off for the Brewers in the bottom of the 5th inning. 5-0 Reds. Burns goes to work. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner, and it is 0-1 on Garrett Mitchell. Reds are 8-2 since May the 1st, and Burns starts 11-33 with everybody else on the mound. The pitch is hit in the air toward the left field corner and deep. Back goes Blade on the run. He's out of room. It's gone. That was the missing piece for Garrett Mitchell last night. Just needed that for the cycle. He has the home run here. Leading off the Brewer 5th, it's 5-1 Reds. Garrett Mitchell has his 7th home run of the year. Now the first pitch is a little bit too high, a fastball to Sal Frelick. Frelick flew to right, and that was that double play that Mitchell got doubled off on last time that Frelick was up. Strike called on a fastball. It ended the Brewers' 2nd inning.
I think Garrett Mitchell trying to erase a little bit of the embarrassment off of himself with that home run.
I would say mission accomplished. 1-1. Frelick goes the other way and fouls it into the seats down the left field line. Didn't exactly look like Mitchell got a great swing off, but sometimes you get the barrel to it.
Ball carrying a lot better to left than it is to right.
No question about that. The 1-2 pitch, and there's a bouncing ball headed for Arroyo. He'll wade back on it. Field flip it to first to get Frelick. Arroyo almost a little too cavalier with that ground ball. One man out, and now Cooper Pratt. Pratt out on a fly to right, his first time up. And Pratt watches a slider spinning there for a called strike. That's exactly what we were talking about earlier. Start to locate that slider when you can throw it in for a strike earlier and maybe begin an at bat with that. He did right there. The pitch to Pratt swung on and fouled back.
You know, we may have seen the last of Mizorowski today. They've got activity in the bullpen. Grant Anderson is warming up, and he is heating it up like he's coming into the ball game.
Cooper Pratt was 0 for 3 with a walk yesterday. He is hitless in this series now. 0 for 6. 0-2. Swung on, fouled away to the right side. No balls and 2 strikes on Pratt. Exciting young prospect for this Brewers team, Cooper Pratt. Made his big league debut a couple weeks ago, the 0-2. And Pratt lifts a fly ball in the air to right. Marte is there in his tracks. He'll put it away. Just shy of the track, and now 2 men are out in the 5th inning. Brings up David Hamilton. Hamilton, the team leader in stolen bases. Got his 18th stolen base of the year, swiping second base in the 3rd after a 1-out single. Burns home to Hamilton. Good slider. That's another batter that he starts with that slider, Chris.
It's really important to do that. You keep the hitters honest that way. If all you're doing is pumping in their get-ahead fastballs, 97 begins to be hitting speed.
Remember, Burns started this game having a little trouble in the first couple batters finding the strike zone. He is filling up the strike zone now. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Slider down. And he started Hamilton with back-to-back sliders.
Yeah, I would attribute his early command problems to too much adrenaline.
The 0-2 pitch. And the slider is down low. Three straight now.
Just think about what is going through his mind when he's going out there. He's got to have a full house here. He's facing Jacob Misiorowski. He thinks he's a hard thrower. Now he's going to face a guy that throws 103. It gets you kind of jacked up a little bit.
I would hope so, though. Pitch misses off the outside corner. Fastball away, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I know it happens to every pitcher every time you face the top guy in the league.
2-2. The kick and pitch. Swung on, fouled back left side. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Hamilton. How much of a factor is just trying to figure out where the strike zone is on a given start with how you feel that day?
I think with your stuff, I mean, because every time you come out of that bullpen, your arm is different, your body feels different, your head is in a different spot.
2-2. Strike 3 called right on the outside corner at 99. Paint to David Hamilton. A leadoff home run by Garrett Mitchell as the Brewers.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
The beauty of this jersey is the field, the texture, the thin, the stitching is heavy, so you kind of feel that jersey that was very heavy. Check it out, the last name and the number, they have a little glitter on them, so they kind of stack up. It just feels right. I had some really cool cleats to go with it. The way it gets dirty when you slide, it just kind of like rubs off on that glitter. It's really, really cool.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita
Well, we saw the activity in the Brewers bullpen, and we figured that there would be a relief pitcher. So the day is done for the overpowering fastball pitching Jacob Misiorowski. He ends up with 10 strikeouts on the day, Misiorowski does, but he is done now as the Reds lead this ball game 5-1. He'll give way to Grant Anderson, 29-year-old right-hander.
Anderson's on for the 33rd time, 1-3 on the season. Right-hander Anderson with a 3.44 ERA, ground ball down the third base line and just foul off the bat of Eugenio Suarez. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Oh, 1 to Suarez. Check swing down at first base. Did he go? Yes, he did. Gino down 0-2. A base hit in the 4th inning for Eugenio Suarez. And came around to score on the home run by Jose Trevino. Anderson's 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Anderson was originally drafted by the Mariners, and he was really never considered a prospect. He got off to a good start when he pitched with Texas, but he ended up falling on hard times. And at the beginning of last year is when the Brewers got him, and they simplified his pitch mix. They emphasized that sidearm sweeper, and that is a pretty good pitch, and he's turned it around.
Now the first pitch to Nathaniel Lowe is a breaking ball off the outside corner, 1-0.
Kind of a common story over here in Milwaukee with them selecting certain pitchers and players all as turnaround projects.
They do that as well as anybody, especially when it comes to pitchers.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss, a breaking ball. 1-1 now on Nathaniel Lowe. Mizorowski went 5 innings for the Brewers today, allowed 5 runs on 5 hits. Only one of the 5 runs was earned. Didn't walk a batter, struck out 10, surrendered 2 homers. And Nathaniel Lowe, a foul tip for a strike. 1-2 on Nathaniel Lowe. Kind of unfortunate that he tipped that on the check swing because it was a ball. But now it's 1-2 on Nathaniel Lowe. Anderson staring in for the sign. Left-handed hitter. Anderson fires, and a backdoor breaking ball just did miss off the outside edge and maybe a little low. Count is even, 2-2 on Lowe. 5-1 Reds leading it. We're in the 6th inning here at American Family Field. Anderson turns it loose. Swing and a miss. Got him the breaking ball. And now issues the mitt of Brewer catcher William Contreras. So he'll swap out those gloves and get a new catcher's mitt. Back-to-back strikeouts for Anderson in the 6th inning as Noelvi Marte comes to the plate. Marte a single in the Reds' 4th inning rally. Came around to score. Grounded out his first time up, and now Marte takes in off the plate. It was an RBI base hit for Noelvi Marte, singling back through the middle past the shortstop. Anderson turns it loose, and Marte takes in off the plate. 1 ball or 2 balls and no strikes. At Kroger, an annual Boost membership saves you up to $1,100 a year with double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and member exclusive savings. Sign up today at Kroger.com/boost. The 2-0 pitch. On the ground right side this time, second baseman Terang moving to his left. Gloves throws in time, side retire.
You've got to be very careful where you're going because you might not get there. But how exactly can you go from a yogi to a king through perfectos, the old professor, and pint talk? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
The rule was, can't be more than 18 inches of pine tar. Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
They might be going to call George Brett out. Well, he is. He's out. Yes, Brett is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Wager $20 for a shot at $135,000. 8 p.m. Thursday at Rising Star. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 800-9-WHIP.
In the sausage race today here at American Family Field. Reds hoping to be the big winners in this game, heading home on a high note after what has been a tough series for the Reds. Reds are leading it 5-1 as the Brewers bat at the bottom of the 6th, and the first pitch misses up and away to Christian Yelich. 1-0 on Yelich, now the 1-0. And he takes 2 high on the outside corner, and it's a 2-ball, no strike count. Top of the order for the Brewers here in the 6th. Starting with Yelich. Trio and Terang next. Pitch. And the fastball misses low, and it's 3-0. Chase Burns has looked good today. The one blemish, the home run by Garrett Mitchell in the 5th. Fastball hits the outside corner this time. Strike called, 3-1. That home run was one of only 2 hits by the Brewers in this game. The other one a single off Burns' glove. 3-1. Yelich goes the other way again with a high lazy fly. This time handled a little easier by Bleday. And he'll make the catch as he nears the left field line, looking into that bright sunshine. Yelich drove one that way his last time up, but took Bleday into the wall in left field. And Bleday had to make the leaping catch into the fence, where it's the LED video board that is the wall out in left field, so it's covered and protected with a little chain link fence. And Bleday actually got his foot caught in the bottom of it on that catch on the fly ball by Yelich. The pitch is a strike to Jackson Chourio. 0-1 on Chourio. Chourio popping out into foul territory to the first baseman and a strikeout. He swings and fouls this back to the right out of play. Huge crowd on hand this afternoon for Reds and Brewers. The Brewers go out on a road trip to close out their first half of the schedule. Burns is home with the 0-2. Ground ball back up the middle. That's in the center field for a base hit. It's a long road trip that the Brewers have in store. They will go to Arizona for a 3-game series. Then they go to St. Louis. They will play 5 games in 4 days against the Cardinals. A doubleheader on the 7th.
That could be a little toasty.
You think? They'll finish in Pittsburgh with 3 games. So long trip for Milwaukee to close out the unofficial first half of the season.
Yeah, they're actually in a stretch of 18 games in 17 days. That's a lot of baseball.
You think they'll be ready for the All-Star break when it comes around?
I'd like to see him come back to the rest of the pack here before the All-Star break.
That would be nice. The 1-0 pitch is in for a strike. The count is even now, 1-1 on Bryce Terang. Right now, they're kind of a runaway train. The 1-1 pitch to Terang in the dirt. Of course, I mean, you go back to the very start of the season, it looked like the Reds were the ones leading the pack and playing the best baseball through the first month of the season. Then it didn't look like anybody was going to catch the Cubs. The Cardinals went on a little run, and then lo and behold, here come the Brewers. 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled away to the left side.
Well, there's a lot of baseball to play.
There is.
I think it is way too early to begin to start marking your team in or out, or sellers or buyers. Let's take a look what happens here over the next few weeks.
I always go back recently. You look at where the Diamondbacks were. The Reds played the Diamondbacks when they went to the World Series a few years ago. Here's the 2-2. Swinging there's a line drive to left down the line. Fair ball. That's going to skip by Bleday and get into the corner, and then it's going to kick away from him. They're waving around Chourio. He'll score easily. And into second is Bryce Terang with an RBI double into the left field corner.
Boy, these left-handed hitters on the Brewers, and the way that they stay very deep, they hit the ball right out of the catcher's glove into left field almost every time. Some people say that's luck. I'm saying it's by design.
Yeah.
And they do it over and over and over again.
Yeah, at some point when it starts to happen with regularity, even though statistically it may show up as luck, it's not. It's just good hitting. William Contreras is the batter. I've never liked that the stats kind of indicate luck because the ball isn't hard hit. Sometimes it's well placed. And there's some ability and some skill involved in that. William Contreras at the plate. Runner at second base with 1 man out. Burns fires, and it's a soft bouncer back to Burns. He throws to Arroyo at second, and now they've got Terang hung up to Stewart. Stewart chases him back to Ellie, gets it in his hand. Ellie tags him out, and then looks back at the runner Contreras, who had rounded first, but Contreras goes diving back into the bag as Ellie cocks to throw that way. So it'll be a fielder's choice, erasing the lead runner at second base. Good heads-up play there by Chase Burns. 1, 4, 5, 6 to get Terang on the rundown between second and third.
It's being well aware out there by Burns. He gets the ball. He realizes that he's got to check second base before he does anything else.
Jake Bauers is at the plate. Runner at first with 2 outs. Bauers is 0 for 2. He's lined sharply to first and flied out to center. Burns at 84 pitches. Don't you know he'd love to get Bauers quickly here and maybe buy him another inning. Pitch. And it's a slider down and in. Count is 1-0 on Jake Bauers. Burns gets the sign, readies, and from the belt here he comes with the 1-0 pitch. And the fastball is taken low. The last chance for the Brewer fans to watch their team here at home. Reds will finish the first half at home at Great American Ballpark. 2-0 pitch. And it's in for a strike on a fastball. 2-1 now on Bauers. The 2-1. Man, Bauers takes low on the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. Burns has walked 2 batters today. One was the first batter of the game, Yelich, and then he issued a 1-out walk to Garrett Mitchell, but that didn't hurt him. Mitchell got thrown out and doubled off first base. 3-1 pitch. Bouncing ball to Arroyo. He'll field it and thought about second. Goes to first instead to get Bauers. And that'll do it for
The hit and run is on, and it's going to be an unassisted triple play.
How do you go from a triple play to a two-way star through a bracelet and the babe? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
This story starts way back in the early 20th century.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, Neil, where are you going? He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before, both across the country and around the world.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's back.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Top of the 7th inning, and it'll be Edwin Arroyo, switch hitter, batting left-handed. He'll face Grant Anderson. Anderson came in last inning, had a 1-2-3 inning, couple of punch outs. Reds clinging to that 5-2 lead. They've got 5 hits, 5 runs, 1 error. Brewers have 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and a breaking ball by Anderson a little bit outside. That's ball 1. Arroyo just 22 years old and beginning to really feel himself a little bit more confident here in the major leagues this time around. Swing and a miss, another breaking ball there. Edwin has really been one of the Reds' hottest hitters over the last couple of weeks. Comes into this ball game at a .344 clip over the last 14 days. Swings and fouls that one into the dugout. It's 1-2 now. He is certainly not coming to the plate looking to walk. And he is down in the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reds scored a big 4 spot in the 4th inning out of Jason Mizorowski, and that's the big difference in this ball game. Pitch is high, 2-2. This is where we see Arroyo sting that ball and go to left field from time to time with 2 strikes. And he gets one in on the hands and pops it up. That'll be called for by the shortstop, Pratt. And Cooper Pratt puts it away, out number 1. The Brewers have been in the National League since 1998 in the National League Central. And aside for the first few ball games of the year, they have never been 500 in the National League cumulatively since they've joined the league. Breaking ball strike to Trevino. The closest they got was back in 1998. There's a ground ball to shortstop Pratt. Nice easy hop right there, and he throws Trevino out. So the closest they came to being a 500 ball club or over 500 in the National League Central cumulatively was back on the very first day of a 3-game series that they played August the 5th, 1998 against the Reds. Their record at that time was 57-57. They're trying to get over 500. Well, the Reds played them that day, and the Reds beat them by the score of 17-0. And it was a slugfest for sure as T.J. Friedel takes a pitch on the outside corner. That's a ball. Pete Harnish got the win in that ball game. Home runs swung on by T.J. Hit high and deep to right to center field. There goes the center fielder back, leaps, and that baby is gone. T.J. Friedel goes yard and makes it a 6-2 ball game. My, oh my, welcome back, T.J.
Boy, don't you know that feels good for T.J. Friedel, his first hit back with the club. And his return from Louisville is a home run.
I mean, he got a whole lot of that one, and that'll get Chris Hook out onto the mound out of the Brewers dugout. Looks like they're going to make a pitching change. They're going to bring a left-hander in. We will tell you all about him, and we'll finish the story about the Brewers and their record in the National League right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
As a family-owned company and a top workplace in the region, JTM Food Group has been pioneering kettle-crafted culinary solutions for years. From tantalizing dips to mouth-watering sauce.
Boomer is the dog. Doesn't he look good? And just follow his picture all the way. And there he is. Boomer's dad.
That was kind of a change from the everyday thing that we normally do as far as baseball cards are concerned.
Hey, I have a Labrador. Where's my card?
You know, a little bit different, and it turned out to be a fun experience.
It was just when the camera crew tried to leave that there was a problem. You can't leave.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Let's take a road trip to Wrigley Field today. Home of the Chicago Cubs since 1916, Wrigley Field is the second oldest ballpark in the majors, just behind Boston's Fenway Park. Hop off the L in the heart of Wrigleyville and take in the unique buzz of the neighborhood. On the corner of Clark and Addison, the iconic red marquee sign welcomes fans into the friendly confines. Once inside, direct your attention to the manually operated scoreboard that sits 60 feet above center field. Lush green ivy covers the brick outfield walls, and just beyond the bleachers, Wrigley rooftops provide an unrivaled view of the game. When at Wrigley, you have to get a Chicago dog. With everything, of course. The chicken tinga torta or chicken and churros are great options too. Find your seat in the bleachers and embrace the rowdiness. Sing along to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And don't forget to root, root, root for the Cubbies. Wrigley Field, an unforgettable experience.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la...
Koenig, 32-year-old left-hander from San Jose, California. We talked a little bit about him the other night when he came in a ball game about he is pitching independent leagues, he's pitching in Australia, eventually signed to play professional ball with Oakland. He makes his way over here, and guess what? Another success story for the Brewers pitching program. With 2 out, nobody on, he will face Ellie De La Cruz, and De La Cruz takes it inside off the plate and goes all the way to the backstop. So that year in 1998, when the Reds played the Brewers on August the 5th and beat them 17-0, home runs by Reggie Sanders, Eddie Taubensee, Barry Larkin hit a home run that ball game. Swung on and ripped by Ellie De La Cruz. That is a line shot base hit into left field. So after that ball game, the Brewers' record went to 57-58. And cumulatively, they have never been above 500 ever since. So today, they come into the ball game against the Reds with a record of 2,258 wins and 2,259 losses. 1 game under 500 in the history of being in the National League. Sal Stewart takes it on the inside corner strike. So with their chance to get to the 500 mark was today against the Reds, and the Reds lead this ball game 6-2.
I find that a little hard to believe.
It's remarkable. The 0-1 pitch to Sal, and it's off the plate. And Contreras wants that one reviewed. And it's off the plate. So the Brewers will lose a ABS challenge. No announcement by the umpire. I guess we just have to figure that out ourselves.
I don't think his mic was working there.
Brewers have 1 left. The Reds have 2 left. And Sal waits, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Now Sal wants a challenge.
Still not working. Technical difficulties.
I will tell you what's going on here. The pitch by Sal is off the plate for a ball. So the Reds retain their challenge. They still have 2, and the count now is 2 balls and a strike to Sal. Very small lead by Ellie De La Cruz. He's got both his oven mitts on. He's ready to run now. Bigger lead. Koenig can do the plate. Swing and a miss. A fake throw to first. Contreras thought about it, but he didn't do it. Koenig is just barely on the pitching rubber on the third base side and misses outside with a changeup. Reds 1 run in the first inning, 4 in the fourth. They've hit a home run with TJ Friedl here in the 7th, and it's a 6-2 ball game. Trying to get out of town with winning 1 of the 4 here in Milwaukee this week. They'll take on the Orioles tomorrow night back at Great American Ballpark. And inside off the plate, that's ball 4. No challenge that time. And the Reds have a couple of runners on base. And J.J. Bleday to the plate. Reds would love to have a little bit of extra breathing room here with another run or 2 in this inning. Bleday left on left, swing and a miss on a fastball. Bleday trying to find that magic stroke back again, struggling a little bit over the last few weeks. Wide open stance, pitched by Koenig is swung on and fouled off to the left side. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. As the afternoon is worn on here, the roof has been partially open, so the shade continues to move a little bit more down the third base line. More and more people in the shade, and they're happy about that. It is warm and sticky here in Milwaukee. And the pitch is swung on. A good swing, but he fouled it right back into the net.
I can't remember a time. I've been coming here a lot longer than I have, but I can't remember a time where it was this sticky up here in Milwaukee. Humid,
Yeah, occasionally we'll get it. I mean, usually in the months of July and August. Here we are in early July, and everybody says here that the summer that they're getting is coming a little bit early. Pitch to Bleday is a breaking ball off the plate. That's a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to J.J. Bleday. The hottest I think it's ever been here, I believe it was before they put air conditioning in. They had the roof closed, it rained, and it was about 95 outside.
Ooh.
Outside, it's 2-2. So people wanted the roof open because there was really no other way to get air into this place. But it was raining. And the rain didn't really cool that afternoon off. That was a sticky, muggy, miserable day. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner's not going, and ball 3. He'll be going on this one. Bleday looking for something to hit here on a 3-2 count. Big lead by Ellie and Sal Stewart. They're off with the pitch, and ball 4.
Wow, that's a frustrating walk for Jared Koenig because he had Bleday down 0-2.
And let's pause for station ID up and down the Reds Radio Network. Well, another trip to the mound by the pitching coach from Covington, Kentucky, Chris Hook. As they get another arm up and loosening in the Brewer bullpen. This is really something that we have not seen the Brewer bullpen spring this kind of a leak.
Well, I tell you what, I feel like with 2 outs in this inning, it's time to get a bit greedy, don't you think?
I would think so. And you've got Eugenio Suarez coming up to the plate. You got a left-hander on the mound. You got the bases loaded. Why not pick on that first pitch you see and give it a good swing? Suarez had a base hit in the 4th inning, a little blooper into right field, and came around to score. The inning there in which the Reds scored 4 runs. Wide open with a good look at a left-hander. Here is Suarez waits, and that one is way outside for ball 1. Or Koenig is not even close. Reds fans can feel his pain. To the stretch, the long hold. He checks the runners and wanted to go, didn't pull the trigger, and it's a strike on the outside corner. A ball and a strike to Suarez. The big left-hander delivers. That's inside ball 2.
And former Red Joel Kuhnel getting up in the bullpen. I think the day is probably done for Chase Burns. Sam Maul's been throwing for a while now in the Reds bullpen.
2-1 to count. Here comes the pitch by Koenig, and it's a strike on the corner, and Suarez wants that challenge. Looked a little bit low. We'll see if Eugenio has a good feel of that. And it is right on the bottom of the edge of the strike zone. That's a strike. Boy, I mean, that was by about a width of a quarter. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Reds trying to do a little add-on swing and a foul straight back. Staying alive there is Suarez.
I think that's a good time to challenge too, especially when you look at how close that pitch was. If the Reds do win that challenge, now all of a sudden you've got bases loaded, 2 outs, and a 3-1 count on Suarez.
It's 2-2 right now, and here is the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and popped up. Playable by the right fielder, Sal Frelick. And Frelick will put it away for the 3rd out of the inning. The Reds threaten big time, but they do come up with one on a home run by T.J. Friedel. Makes it a 6-2 ball game.
Well, Hunter's not shy about swinging. You know that.
No.
Take 3 shots at it.
Yep.
Big swing. Hunter Goodman has put the Rockies ahead in this game.
Wow.
Way out of
right here. Disbelief.
3 out of the last 4 games, these boys have showed up for all 27 outs.
Disbelief from Bonda, from the Twins, and from the fans. That went into the third deck.
It's 116 miles an hour.
I mean, that ball was clobbered.
Fastball tapped at the plate. It'll trickle down the third baseline. The Mariners are going to let it roll. Lenny Randle gets down on his hands and knees and blows on it like a curler, and it goes foul.
I have never seen that before in baseball. If this is allowed, that will be part of the arsenal, I'm sure, of the third baseman from now on.
Make you forget Laurel and Hardy in a hurry.
It's going to go as a base hit.
Speaking of upper body commando, no shame in their game.
Oh, hit the bat, and then the bat hit the helmet. A trick shot.
The big kitty's here.
Well, the therapy rabbit, you mean?
Oh! Error on Andy Rodriguez, the Pirates' first baseman, who's fairly camped underneath it.
It's pretty cold down here, and I needed a hat. I didn't have one, so Mr. Met lent me his.
Oh, nobody caught it! Boy, all sorts of communication issues between Rojas and Sosa.
CreationMuseum.org.
Champion Windows and the Cincinnati Reds are teaming up to give a home run deal. Right now, we're offering buy 2 windows, get 2 free. And for a limited time, Reds fans can get an additional $1,000 off a sunroom using promo code GOREDS. Call or schedule your free estimate online at championsavenow.com.
It is a Wolvers mustard pitching change, so the day is done after 6 innings for Sam Ball taking over. The left-hander comes into the ball game, Sam Ball. Wolvers mustard puts a mustard on it.
Also, Matt McClain has entered the game now to take over for Edwin Arroyo at second base.
Ball, 34 years old, 5'9", 190. He is from Lakeland, Tennessee, originally as Maul. We're often used lefty on the mound to face the left-hander Garrett Mitchell, and that's a first pitch strike. Another very good outing for Burns. 6 innings of 4-hit, 2-run baseball. He walked 2 and he struck out 4. And Ball delivers a little chopper between home and the pitcher's mound. Ball fields and a glove toss to the first baseman and get the runner. A little cesta action by the highlight player Sam Ball. And there's 1 out in the inning. That was really Maul's only play. It was very similar to the play that Spencer Steer had last night on a bunt to him, and he kind of shoveled past it right out of his glove to Tyler Stevenson, and they got the runner at the plate. Kind of a controversial play. So here is South Relic. Relic is a left-handed hitter, and he squares a bunt, pulls it back, and it's a ball. I guess the easiest way to describe Maul is he's a slinger of sweepers. And here is the 1-0 to the lefty. Fastball on the corner. That's a strike.
Not to be confused with somebody that would be a door-to-door sweeper salesman.
Well, that's true.
Because they would also be a slinger of sweepers.
You're right about that. You ever tried that?
Selling sweepers door to door? No.
Way inside. I mean, I think they got him. He tried to dive out of the way of that, as South Relic did, but it looks like it grazed his uniform right around thigh high as he kind of bent out of the way to get to it, and Ball has hit a batter, and there's a runner on here in the 7th.
I actually had a roommate that sold those door to door once.
I thought the idea of going to college would prepare you for something other than selling sweepers.
I think he did that while he was in school, and then he has been extremely successful after school.
It worked.
Yes, it did.
Now Cooper Pratt, the shortstop, and that's a pitch a little bit low to Pratt. Pratt holds the bat high, and the pitch is a changeup, it looks like, and it's on the outside corner, a strike, actually a sinker. Maul is by no means overpowering. The fastball a little bit less than major league average, right around 91. 1-1 strike count. Runner not going, but he throws over there and chases him back. Pratt will be 22 in August. Right now he's sitting on a 186 batting average, but he's got 6 home runs. Had 6 home runs in AAA, I should say. Up and away, that's a ball. He is still looking for his first major league home run. And Sam Moll looking for a ground ball to get out of this inning. And now Pat Murphy is moving out of the dugout along with the trainer, and they're going to go down there and talk to the runner at first base, Sal Frelick.
And Frelick looked surprised that they were coming out to check on him.
They said, well, where did it get you? And he's kind of pointing to his left knee and said, it grazed right across the top of my knee. He says, I'm fine. Why are you out here? And now he's asking Nathaniel Lowe for a diagnosis.
Almost looked like Murph looked at Nathaniel Lowe and said, does he look all right to you?
I think Murph just thought maybe he needed a little bit of a walk. He takes a stroll out of the dugout into the first base.
Well, he has a stern look on his face, doesn't he? All the time.
All the time. He's got that jaw. Like a lobster captain in Maine.
Yes, he does.
Here's the 2-1, and it's fouled off to the right side.
Wouldn't want to steal his lobster pod.
Angry at the fog. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and Pratt awaits here the offering from Sam Moll. I still don't know what the heck that was all about. We'll have to ask Lowe later on what Murph was talking to him about. And now a little bit of a timeout as the home plate umpire, Dan Merzel, is going to remind the pitcher and the hitter that they have to make eye contact at the 8-second mark. And we are at the 8-second mark right now. And the pitch is swung on. It's a ground ball, but foul down the left field line. I think the majority of the people here at American Family Field came out to watch Jacob Mezorowski deal, and he did for the first few innings until the 4th came around, and that's when the Reds scored 4 runs. But they have hung in there today. Not too many people have gone home, and the pitch is outside by Moll, and now we've got a full count. So Frelick's small lead at first base. They're down by 4. You wouldn't think he would be going, and he's not. Swung on, that's ripped right into the glove of the third baseman, Sal Stewart, and Stewart puts it away for the 2nd out of the inning. I mean, that was a rocket shot. A backhanded snag by Stewart. 2 down. And now Joey Ortiz will bat for David Hamilton. Ortiz, right-handed hitter, facing the left-handed pitcher, Moll. Swung on, fouled into the screen behind the batting circle of the Brewers. That's on the right side. Reds trying to close this one out. They're up by 4. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 down with a man on. Top of the order coming up next. Pitch is outside. That's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ortiz taps the plate twice. Hurls the bat. And the native of Garden Grove, California, waits. Swung on. That's a slicer down the right field line and goes foul. Ortiz grew up in California. He ended up doing his college work in New Mexico State. Made his debut in the major leagues 3 years ago. That was in April of 2023 with the Baltimore Orioles. Former 4th round pick, and got over here in that Corbin Burns trade. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, a little blooper into right field, and it'll be tracked down and caught by Noelvi Marte. So it took a little while.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. And the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and drive in a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one head for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the 3rd straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, did you see that? I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Shattered bat, and it catches Tommy Lasorda. He pops right back up, and he's all right.
Tommy's saying, I'm all right. Of course I'm all right.
His score, you throw out the lowest and the highest. He gets a 9-8 for this.
Why do I keep thinking Humpty Dumpty here? Had a great fall.
Look at this. They're going to bring him on a jacket?
No, it's a chest protector.
A chest protector. For the Brewers is a very familiar face to Reds fans. His name is Joel Kuhnel, the big 6'5", 290-pound right-hander. Did his college work at Arlington, Texas. Reds picked him in the 11th round of the 2016 draft, and here he is after several other teams pitching for Milwaukee.
His first pitch on the way, and it's a little bit low on the outside corner. The count is 1-0 on Nathaniel Lowe, leading off the Reds' 8th inning. Lowe, Marte, and then McLean. Pitch off the outside corner with a cutter. It's a 1-ball, 2-ball, no strike count. 6-2 Reds here in the 8th inning as the Reds try to take the finale of this 4-game series after the Brewers won the first 3. The pitch is too far outside. Three and 0, and Kuhnel goes, grabs the rosin bag, spikes it back down, now ready to go with a 3-0. Spins a breaking ball over the inside corner, that cutter again. 3-1. Kuhnel kind of uses that cutter more as a slider. Some guys use it as a variation of a fastball, and Lowe rips a line drive into center. It's down for a hit in front of Garrett Mitchell. And again, the Reds have their leadoff man on this afternoon.
Still would be nice to add a couple here.
You know, you can never have too many in my book.
Or in Terry Francona's book.
Similar author, I think. Elvi Marte up there. Marte 1 for 3. Now the Reds will use a pinch runner over at first base for Nathaniel Lowe. Spencer Steer in to run for him. Kuhnel from the belt brings it home with a pitch up and in. Cutter spinning high and tight. Marte bailing out of the way of it. Now to the plate with a 1-0. Up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Joel Kuhnel having a little trouble locating the strike zone at the moment. Here he is, 2-0 pitch. And a bouncing ball foul, third base side. 2-1 on Noelvi Marte.
First time I saw Joel Kuhnel, I thought, man, this guy has got some kind of very high ceiling. But he's never really been able to control that big body of his to the point where he can repeat that pitching delivery time after time.
2-1 fouled away at the plate. And it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
I mean, he's a young man that has reached 100 miles an hour. He would routinely throw, 98 to 100. But he kind of throws him a little bit of a low arm angle. Slider can be a little bit flat. And the command is just not quite there.
Kuhnel looking in. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch here to Noelvi Marte. And it's hit sharply. A one-hop diving backhanded stop at third by Hamilton, and it's somehow he goes to Terang to force out Spencer Steer at second base. That's actually Joey Ortiz over there at third base.
Of course it is.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
I mean, he is an absolute magician in the field.
That's unbelievable.
That's one of the best plays I've seen all year by a third baseman.
Ortiz came in last inning to pinch hit, and wouldn't you know it, immediately gets tested. And he makes a sensational play on that bullet down the line that looked like a sure hit off the bat of Marte. Not just a hit, it looked like at least a double for Marte. First pitch to McLean is up and in for ball one. Instead, it's a fielder's choice, and it goes 5-4 with a star. The 1-0. Bouncing ball left side. Ortiz cuts this off right in front of the shortstop. Pratt goes to second for one, but McLean beats it out at first. Another fielder's choice, 5-4.
I think that play by Ortiz saved the run.
Oh, yeah. I don't think there's any doubt about it.
And that doesn't go in your scorebook. I mean, you can put a star or two or three or four by his play, but I mean, the real story is this would be a 5-run ball game if not for that play by Ortiz.
Right. That was incredible. Jose Trevino. Swing and a foul tip by Trevino, and the count is 0-1 on Jose Trevino. Runner on at first, 2 men are out, 6-2. Reds lead the Brewers. We're in the top of the 8th inning. That's easily a double, right? If that ball doesn't get by Ortiz.
Yeah.
Ground ball from Trevino that'll bleed through up the middle into center field. McLean makes the turn at second, slams on the brakes and stays there. Two on with 2 out, and now TJ Friedl went deep his last time up, standing in. Friedel's 1 for 2. Sack bunt his first time up, and then a strikeout and a home run. For TJ Friedl, it was his 3rd home run of the year. Right-hander Kuhnel home to Friedl. Cutter hangs off the outside corner for ball one. 1-0. McLean's at second, Trevino's at first. And the fastball misses up and away. Reds have activity in their bullpen and action in the Brewer pen as well. Garrett Stallings loosening. TJ Friedl takes a pitch off the outside corner. Three balls and no strikes the count. It is TJ Antone loosening in the Reds bullpen, with Stallings throwing for the Brewers, and a backdoor breaking ball on the 3-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. Stallings was just brought up a couple of days ago from AAA Nashville. Will be making his major league debut when he appears. 3-1. And Friedel rips a line drive to right, falling in a hurry, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Frelick came on quickly but couldn't get to it. And this will score McLean from second, and Trevino's around to third base on the RBI single by T.J. Friedel. Well, that's vintage T.J. Friedel. Go out there, hook one into right. And now Chris Hook, speaking of hooks, will go to the mound. And we'll see if this will do it. After Friedel hooks an RBI base hit to right. Hook to the mound. Does he bring a hook with him? I guess not. He's just out for his visit with Joel Kuhnel here. Ellie De La Cruz is the batter. The Reds now leading at 7-2 here in Milwaukee in the series finale. And they start to fill up the aisles. Folks got a lot to do this weekend. We've got to get the barbecues going. And get the house ready for company, I'm sure, in a lot of cases. Make sure you got all the fireworks you need for the weekend.
There will be a lot of activities you can witness on TV. Celebrations of the 4th of July, 250th anniversary of America, all over this weekend.
Yeah, that's a big one. Pitch, swing and a miss, and a changeup, and it's 0-1 on Ellie De La Cruz. I would imagine there'll be some pretty good parties around.
Oh, yeah. Well, they know how to party here.
No, but you got that right.
In fact, they're set out in the parking lot right now.
0-1.
Probably partied out.
Ellie lines one to the right center field gap. Here comes Frelick. He lays out and makes a spectacular diving catch. A line drive to the right.
The wall leaping catch. What a play by Joey.
And Peters runs it down. What a grab by Tristan Peters.
At the wall, leaps in front of the fence, and he got another one. Colton Cowser soars into the sky.
Slides and makes the catch.
Nathan Lucas with a fantastic grab.
Yeah, look at Nunez laying out to his right to rob Jaron Duran.
Racing back, Straw, and he's got it. Caught on the slide, Noel B. Marte.
McKinstry dives on it. A whale of a play.
He leaps and makes an unreal catch. Are you kidding me?
Nice sliding stop, Lau, and what a play by Brandon Lau. And he is at the plate.
There is no better defensive left fielder in the game. Coming in, Jonah Cox, and he'll dive. Wow, what a play.
Caro sliding, he got it.
It's a big out.
Brought it right back to him. He spins around to whip it over to Freddie Freeman.
Didn't have much time to think about it either. Dandy play indeed.
Tying run at first, winning run at the plate. Lined into right field. Jack Cuss, they're going to send him. No, they stop him. And Cuss falls down. And he's in a rundown. Aaron Boone.
There's nobody at home plate. And Jack Cuss lost his footing. Nobody was at home. Unbelievable.
Benefits in a construction apprenticeship. Are you ready to build your future? Start your application today at OhioConstructionTrades.com.
Kick off your 4th of July weekend in Cincy. Enjoy Ohio River fireworks, family fun, and baseball with the Cincinnati Reds. Make it an affordable summer road trip with deals and adventures across Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Plan your Reds, white, and blue getaway at Visit Cincinnati.
Ball goes to work against Christian Yelich, and Yelich swings and fouls it off for strike one. Right off the catcher, Jose Trevino. That got him pretty good. 0-1 on Yelich. Yelich, Churio, and Turang due up for the Brewers here in the 8th inning with the Reds up 7-2. Spencer Steer stayed in the game. He's at first base. The 0-1. Yelich fouls it away. Reds have done such a good job against Yelich so far this year. He's 0 for 15 against the Reds. Ball's home with the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball off the outside corner. We were talking about barbecues, and I'm sure there will be plenty of them going on. And I'm sure even some companies treating some of their employees to some barbecues. I've got a buddy of mine that was telling me about one. A 1-2 pitch to Christian Yelich. Breaking ball fouled. First base side. I'm curious if you've ever done this. The option was choose between pork or brisket. The guy thought that that was what you were bringing. It was the pick whichever one you want from the menu. So he made about 10 pounds of pork and brought that to the barbecue. 1-2 pitch, fouled away left side.
He's trying to be a good employee.
Yeah. Trying to earn that Employee of the Month award here in early July. That's a tough one there. It's probably not a cheap mistake to make either.
Well, maybe he'd already eaten in the employee dining room and decided he better bring his own.
Yeah, no kidding. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Yelich. Back to the plate. Maul's pitch just off the outside corner. Well, if you're given that option, make sure you're clear this 4th of July weekend. Are you bringing it, or are you just picking what you want? It's a big distinction there. 2-2 the count on Yelich. Sam ball from the belt, home with a 2-2 pitch to Yelich. Off the outside corner. I guess it's best he didn't choose brisket. That would have been real expensive. Take 10 pounds of brisket. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sam Ball ready at the belt, and here he comes with a payoff. And Yelich takes up and in for ball 4. He's down to first base.
The previous pitch was called a ball. The catcher has challenged.
Well, they got Dan Merzel's mic working. Let's see. And it's a strike. Oh, I mean.
The pitch was a strike. With strike 3, Cincinnati has 1 remaining challenge.
That was like a pinpoint. That's how much that ball got the strike zone. It was like an ink dot at the top of the strike zone. So Yelich ends up striking out. Terry Francona's on his way to the mound with a pitching change.
And that one's driven out to right field. That takes Nimmo back to the wall. He makes the catch. What an amazing catch by Nimmo to finish this one off.
Home run, Junior Caminero.
He's now homered in 4 straight games.
The home runs just keep on coming.
Cannonball coming. 2-homer game. Oh, Hearn, oh, baby.
Whoa! My goodness! One of the farthest home runs we've seen at PNC Park. Ewing back, track, wall, gone, number 30.
He's the first to 30 home runs this year, and he's the fastest Philly to 30 home runs of this season.
Boy, was that clutch, man.
That was clutch.
His longest no-hit bid of his illustrious major league career.
And Sonny will get a well-deserved standing ovation.
What a great effort by Sonny Gray tonight.
Card. PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, NA, member FDIC. Visa is a registered trademark of Visa International Services and used under license.
The Wolvers mustard pitching change has just taken place. It'll be T.J. Antone coming in to pitch for the Reds, and he'll face the right-hander Jackson Churio. And the side-winding, sliding, throwing Antone comes on and puts some mustard on it. Some Wolvers mustard.
T.J. Antone will go to work against Churio. Antone sets ready. First pitch on the way, and it's off the outside corner. Cutter away. 1-0. Antone ready to go. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball weakly rolled to Ellie. He fields, and he has plenty of time. Churio coasting down the line. He's out. 6-3 on that put out. 2 gone here in the 8th inning. Reds are up 7-2. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning here at American Family Field. Brock Burke is getting loose now in the Reds bullpen. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Bryce Terang up there now. Nobody on. 2 men are out in the 8th. First pitch to Terang is a breaking ball in for strike, and now the 0-1. Another backdoor breaking ball right in there against the left-handed hitter for strike 2. 0-2 the count on Terang. Antone the kick and pitch. Strike 3 called. Got him looking. Throws him with a fastball across the top of the zone. Terang bends back.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Yeah, mine was a tops now as well. I hit my first walk-off last year against the Mets.
Jacob Young, Nationals win. Now he's got his first walk-off big league hit.
Dad had bought a stack of them, and I was like, I think we can get these results, but he went ahead and bought a stack for himself.
Like business cards. There you go.
But it was awesome just to have that moment and have everyone so excited to have a picture of you is a fun moment.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Pitcher comes on for the Brewers here as the Reds go to the 9th inning. They've got a nice, comfortable 7-2 lead, and it will be a young man that has spent 7 years in the minor leagues, and now he gets a chance to pitch in the big leagues. 28-year-old Garrett Stallings grew up in Chesapeake, Virginia, went to the University of Tennessee, and after playing for 2 or 3 different organizations, here he is in the big leagues with the Brewers.
He goes to work against Sal Stewart. First pitch is swung on and popped into the air. Left center field. From the sun to the shade, Jackson Churio in from left makes the running catch. Retires Sal Stewart for the first out here in the 9th inning. J.J. Bleday comes to the plate now with nobody on and 1 out. The Reds leading it 7-2 in the 9th. They must have had that $50 bill exit giveaway again today. They were racing to get out of here after that last half inning.
Well, if you've ever driven to this ballpark, it is a beautiful ballpark, but it's a little bit slow getting out of here.
1-0 up and away. 2 balls and no strikes on J.J. Bleday. Plus, the beer at the tailgate that's left is probably a lot cheaper than what. Well, and they've stopped serving it in the ballpark, so strike called to Bleday, 2-1.
Well, it's a ballpark that is situated a fair amount of time away from downtown. It's probably a 10-minute drive. So the parking lot is all on the same premises, and they all want to get out the same exit.
2-1. Swinging, there's a line drive just over the leaping glove of Bryce Terang at second base, and that's into right center. Base hit for J.J. Bleday. He's on for the third time. Once he reached on an error, but that's his first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, he kind of needed that one.
Yeah, he's been scuffed. So Bleday's aboard. 1 out single, and now Eugenio Suarez. But they have to have the parking around here. I don't think Milwaukee would be a good spot, a good town for a downtown stadium. Swing and a miss, because tailgating in this town is a rite of passage. I mean, it's incredible. 0-1 the count on Eugenio Suarez. The 0-1 pitch, up and away.
I think you also consider that a lot of their fan base is spread out all over the state of Wisconsin.
Right.
And they know they're going to play because it has a retractable roof. So people come, 3-4 hours drive, no problem, to come to watch the Brewers play.
And they're probably bringing their grill.
Good chance.
1-1 off the inside corner. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, if you drive that far, you need a meal at the destination.
Fire up some good sausages on the grill. Ryan Elliott, our engineer here, was telling me that if you go up to Lambeau Field for a game, you got to give yourself an extra couple hours so you can walk through the tailgates up there, which I would imagine that is probably pretty elite as well.
I heard you took a behind-the-scenes tour of Lambeau the other day.
Was blown away. Yeah, I went up there yesterday. Vince Schumacher showed us around. Former Northwest Missouri State strength and conditioning coach. 3-1 the count on Eugenio Suarez. He ripped this one down the left field line foul, but got to see the locker room, the weight room, behind the scenes practice facilities. It was unbelievable. I was blown away because it's an old stadium, but the parts we saw you would have never guessed. State of the art, all up to date, modernized. I mean, beautiful. 3-2 on Suarez. Payoff pitch. Takes off the outside corner. Fastball makes it ball 4. And he'll go down to first base. The Reds have 2 on with 1 out. And it's not as though Green Bay is a suburb of Milwaukee. It is a good hour and 45 minutes, depending on who's driving.
You think he might be back in the winter to watch a game on the frozen tundra?
I wouldn't mind going up there. I don't necessarily need to be there in the frozen part of it. I could go, November would probably be okay. There's a strike to Spencer Steer. I don't need to go up and experience the full Green Bay effect when it's sub-zero. 0-1 on Steer. 0-1 pitch. And this ball is skied into the air. Short center field. Here comes Mitchell. He'll get there to make the catch. The runners hold. Now 2 outs in the 9th inning. But I would like to see a game there. I mean, that is what? That's to the NFL what Wrigley and Fenway are to baseball.
Sure.
So with 2 outs, the batter is Noelvi Marte. Marte singled to the 4th inning and scored. Drove home a run with that base hit. Grounded into a fielder's choice on a sharply hit ball his last time up to the third baseman Joey Ortiz. Breaking ball from Stallings, spins off the inside corner. Stallings was drafted in the 5th round, an Angels pick, back in 2019. Now the offering to Marte. Breaking ball spins off the outside corner, but was never in the Angels system. Was with the Orioles organization for a while before coming over to Milwaukee a couple years ago. Just now getting to the big leagues. The 2-0. Fouled off to the right side. Just over a month shy of his 29th birthday. Garrett Stallings from the belt, and now the 2-1 pitch to Marte. Swing and a miss and a changeup, and the count is even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Marte backs out of the box and now eases back in. Stallings from the belt deals the 2-2 and spins the changeup off the inside corner. Full count, 3-2 on Noelvi Marte, so both runners will be off on the pitch. Reds are up by 5 here in the 9th inning. Reds will have the Orioles when they come to town. Reds returning home beginning tomorrow. There they go, and a swing and a miss. Got to the changeup, and it's a scoreless major league debut.
You've got to be very careful where you're going because you might not get there. But how exactly can you go from a yogi to a king to perfectos, the old professor, and pint talk? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
The rule was, can't be more than 18 inches of pine tar. Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he is. He's out. Yes, Brett is out. Look at this. Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Your MVP for travel convenience. Visit CBGAirport.com for more information. CBG Airport, connecting you to home run.
Change, and Brock Burke on to finish it up for Terry Francona, big left-hander on the mound. 29 years old, out of Chicago, not too far right from here in Milwaukee. Put some mustard on it, some Wilbur's mustard.
Burke's first pitch grounded to the backhand of Ellie, scoops it up, sets his feet, throws out William Contreras by 40 feet.
William Contreras looks like he's ready to go out there and do a little tailgating.
Yes, he is.
I mean, with the intensity that the Brewers played the first 3 games of this series, man, maybe they do need to take a day off.
Yeah. Bowers takes low and outside for ball 1. Well, I'm sure that especially a guy like Contreras catching on a hot day, you don't expect him to be burning it down the line, but in a stretch like this, sometimes you do have to conserve your energy a little bit. I mean, this is a big stretch, and they've got some big teams coming up for them too. A lot of divisional games. They just finished with the Cubs, now the Reds. Cardinals are coming up. Here's the 1-1, and they finish with Pittsburgh. Pitch is a strike, a breaking ball over the outside corner. So they're seeing the entire division in about a 5-series stretch here. So trying to take care of business. Cubs got them 2 out of 3 before the Reds came to town. Swung on, fouled back to the left. The Reds 2 outs away from snapping their 7-game losing streak against the Brewers. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bowers. Nobody on, 1 out. Swinging a bouncing ball over by the on-deck batter. That is Garrett Mitchell waiting. Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer all season long. Every time a Reds pitcher strikes out a batter, Western and Southern donates to support cancer research, education, and care in the greater Cincinnati area. When it comes to fighting cancer, we're all in this together. 1-2 pitch to Bowers. Swinging a bouncing ball foul. First base side. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Great job by Chase Burns today. The Burns and the Reds have held the Brewers to just 4 hits. One of those hits was a home run. Burns went 6 innings, allowed 2 runs on 4 hits, walked 2, struck out 4. Burks 1-2 off the outside corner. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, while you're out traveling and driving around, and maybe you're taking a road trip this holiday weekend, make sure to remember to buckle your safety belt. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? Two balls, 2 strikes. Burks 2-2. Fouled away again over by the Brewers dugout. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reds are up by 5. We're in the 9th inning. Jose Trevino with the big hit today, the pitch. And strike 3 called. Froze him down on strikes. Jake Bowers. Second out here in the 9th inning. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by Densmore, the official legal counsel of the Reds. Brady Singer starts the series opener against the Orioles tomorrow. Trevor Rogers starting for Baltimore. First ball swinging. Garrett Mitchell. Soft line drive right to Matt McClain. He's got it, and that's it. Reds win it. They beat the Brewers today 7-2 in the series finale. The Reds snap their losing streak, and their losing streak also that they have to the Brewers. 7-2. Reds win it. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
Whoa, he does not lack energy. Rain earlier today, grass still a little wet. First big league strikeout for Roldy Munoz, and you can put an exclamation point on it.
That's a weird one. Fenway special.
After review, the call of the field is a home run. The ball hit the foul pole.
Trevor Story, home run.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
We're talking about power. We're talking about bling. This is the stuff that puts people in the seats.
Ruth's adoring fans pitched in to gift a crown fit for the home run king.
How come the fans didn't, put something together for me?
They gave you a nice round of applause.
It's a good job, Carlos.
That man is 42 years old. I'm only 22. Until that man stay on that mound, nobody gonna take me out of this game.
Okay, let me see what I can do about it. Right now, I feel like I can go over there and go placata right now on the field just because I held this bat, Willie Mays. I'm not giving it back to you. You need
You're
it
not
back?
gonna give it back?
Okay, you can continue talking.
And you're just going to hold on to it?
Yeah.
Hammer and Hank became baseball's all-time home run king.
Hank Aaron flipped the bat, pointed to the outside, and said, "Black."
And every single Triple Crown winner has been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So it looks pretty good for Miggy. Just saying. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Reds Baseball is brought to you by AAA. At home or on the road, we've got you covered. Kroger, fresh for everyone. JTM Food Group. Let's create great dishes together. JTM. PNC, the official bank of the Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. Western and Southern Financial Group, life insurance, retirement, and investments. Reds Baseball is also brought to you by
Are on the radio.
This is the Reds Radio Network.